All right, welcome again to Skylark. Pull up those charts if you haven't printed them out yet. Pull them up and print them out. I'm going to be working with the one that says F2, but I'm going to also point out some things with the chart that says F1 that might give you some insight. And primarily I'm going to go through the chords again, but this way you'll be able to see me move around the neck, and also I'll give you a few ideas on some passing chords and things that you can do with this progression. If the chords that I'm playing look totally foreign to you, then you should download my book, Chord Shapes for Jazz Guitar. It's right here on the 6-string website, and that'll be helpful. I have put in a excerpt from the book that has some of these voicings, but I'm not certain that they're all in there in that little excerpt. So let's start with this chart that says F2. That's the primary one we're going to work with, and it starts with an F major. Right now I'll look at it on the 12th, or on the 1st fret, with the bass on the 1st string. So there's a classic F major 7th voicing. Here's a G minor on the 3rd fret, A minor on the 5th fret. Then the first chart shows this as a B flat dominant. They say sharp 11, but that's a flat 5. Just think of those as flat 5s when you see them. The second chart shows it as a B flat major with a sharp flat 5. The only difference is that this A flat goes up to an A, but it's a little dissonant sounding, which is nice. And then it goes back to F, to the B, 7 with the flat 5, B flat major, A minor, G minor, C. The first chart shows a 1, 6, 2, 5, 1 in the key of F, G to C. The second one, they substitute an A minor. You can see they sound almost the same to a G minor to C dominant. That A minor, if you're looking at this to get an idea of how to improvise over it, you're better off thinking about the F major than the A minor that they have in here. Something that you can do, this is a real classic progression, and it's essentially a harmonization of the F major scale. Using chords, it climbs up the scale, and I can just play a straight B flat major 7th here too, and walk back down. So that's kind of nice. So there's the first 8 bars, and I experimented a little bit, threw a few passing chords in there. Again, that's climbing up to the B flat major. Be able to do that in a few different spots, like here it is with the root on the 5th string. There's my G dominant. I played a G13, and then I can raise it up to an A flat diminished, A G minor. I could throw in a diminished chord there for that C. I'm playing a C7 sus to a diminished. That D minor there in the 1, 6, 2, 5, 1, I can play that as a dominant as well. G can be a dominant. Again, in the audio tapes, I talked a lot about that 1, 6, 2, 5, 1. You want to get that under your fingers. The second ending is different on these two charts. The first one, it goes like, here's the G to the C. And there's letter B. The second one is doing something like They sort of accomplish the same thing, but a little bit of a variation there. So that takes us up to the bridge. Practice on your rhythm. Make sure you can do this so that I'm playing it sort of as a 2-beat right now, but regardless of what kind of a groove you do this in. Here's a Latin. That was the first time down. The second time, here's a little swing like. Now we're at the bridge, but the main message is get the chord voicings down and play it as slow as necessary. So that you have a solid rhythm going and your time's happening. I'm going to cut it off here and come back with the bridge on the next video to keep the files shorter. Thank you.